Hey, what's going on? This is Andre from AndySanders.net. All of us are self-made, but only the successful will admit it. This is something I picked up on listening to an old speech from Les Brown many years ago. He said he got it from Earl Nightingale, who said that. And it's funny because when Les Brown had mentioned that one particular quote, a lot of people in the crowd started laughing. But when you sit back and think about it, I mean, I wonder if the people in the crowd were just asking, why is that? As far as like people, only the successful admit it, because obviously the opposite, they don't want to be true to themselves. That's what it comes down to. It I mean the opposite don't want to be true as far as they're being true to themselves as far as where they are in their finances, where they are in their health, where they are in their relationships, where they are in their daily progress in life. Maybe if they have set up any particular goals, have like set up a definite major purpose. You see, that's what happens when the unsuccessful. That's what the unsuccessful do not do. It's completely opposite of what Earl Nightingale mentioned. You see, but the thing is, once we do start admitting that those things, then we can start making progress because right there it's showing growth. It's showing us that okay, we're not perfect. We might have made mistakes. We might have had some failures, but I'll be willing to just learn from them. That's the key thing. You see, because the successful are willing to do all that what I just mentioned a few moments ago. They mentioned this first and foremost, be truthful to themselves as far as where they are immediately, other than just basically lying to themselves or procrastinate on taking action on things as far as making it better. It just really what it comes down to. It point blank, it's not coming down to just blaming and complaining. It comes down to exactly just that. As far as like, okay, this is where I am, but I know where I want to go, not just where I am and oh, that's just the way it is. Just accepting something like that. I don't know why anybody want to do so. You see, because I mean, really, on this planet, we were not as humans, we were not really put here just to be stagnant. Wallace mentioned that the science of getting rich because world was looking to really just upgrade and always just to grow in some way. I'm paraphrasing all that from what he mentioned in that book, but it's true. It really is, even without us actually saying it. But sometimes, for the most part, it's been in the back of our minds. You see, I mean, why in the world would we want to be content with when there's so much growth around us? There's so many different success stories around us. I mean, we see it all the time. When it's the one shining point when the traditional media will want to mention something positive as a success story. You see, that's just proof that it's possible, point blank. Because something I remember picking up from a conference call a few years ago was possible in the world. It's possible for me. Just a question of how. It really is. So again, it just comes down to, like I said earlier, this me admitting like where we are right now, and it's choosing to just make a decision as far as where we want to go. So it's something I want to leave you with. And if you gotten value from what we shared here, I'd love to read your comments below. I'd like to share this video. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video.